I'm Phoebe Soegiono, your Miss Earth Australia 2021, and this is my interview with the Pageant Project.
Hello, everyone. It is Adrian from the Pageant Project with you. I have a very special guest today, Miss Earth Australia 2021, Phoebe Soegiono. Phoebe, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm a little, I was going to say jet lagged, not jet lagged. I'm a little sleep deprived. I was judging Miss Earth yesterday. I was doing the creative section, the dance. Obviously, you went in, but they worked out I wasn't allowed to judge Australia. Now, I'm sure you can resonate with this. I didn't get to bed until 2 a.m. because we didn't start until 11 p.m.
Yeah.
How have the lives been going for you? Because with the Philippines time zone, it's pretty late, right?
It is pretty late. 11 p.m. is late, but compared to other countries, they have to be awake at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm pretty lucky. So, but 11 p.m. is still pretty late because that's when I have my PJs on, no makeup. I'm like chilling, binge watching. So to be up at 11 p.m. with a full face of makeup, like glam, earrings, everything, you have to really hype yourself up and just like be more like excited, which you are, but you know, you've got to kind of like, sometimes I like slap myself in the face just so I can look a bit more alive. But it's been good. It's been really good. I've been enjoying it.
What, the slapping yourself in the face? Just casually, people see you thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I feel sorry. I know I was speaking to Marissa, who's Miss Earth USA. She was saying for some of them, she had to be up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I know New Zealand, if we're up at 11 p.m., I think New Zealand is up at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So I feel really sorry. I'll be interviewing Miss Earth New Zealand, I think, on Sunday. But she's the one country that gets it worse than us, because if you're 11 p.m., they're like, she's not starting until like 1 a.m.
That's so sad because she's right there. And it's 1 a.m. So that's so sad.
Oh, it's it's a life of a beauty queen. You said by 11 p.m. you're normally in your PJs and binge watching or whatever it is. Have you watched Squid Games?
Yes, I have. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. How crazy
no.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil it.
I haven't seen it. Oh. So, and I keep asking people whether I should watch it. And to be honest, the more people who tell me I should watch it, the less inclined I am to watch it. But can you please explain Squid Games to me?
Okay, then don't watch it so you can watch it. Squid Games is basically about, hopefully I don't spoil it. I'll try my best not to spoil anything. Basically, it's...
I'll spoil it. I'm the sort of person who, before they go to watch a movie, looks up the plot on Wikipedia. So by all means, spoil it. Really? Guys, if you're watching at home, you don't want it spoiled, just mute us for a second.
Come back in 2 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So Squid Game, it's a Korean TV series. So it is about all these people who are, down out of their luck. They're very poor. They owe a lot of money. And then so it focused on one main guy. And this guy, and then this guy in a suit comes up to him at a train station and he offers him a lot of money in exchange for playing a game. And if that main character wins that game, have you seen that with the red and the blue and the cards? Basically, there are red and blue, I'm very bad at explaining. There are red and blue cards and you pop it on the ground and you have to use some sort of tool or another piece of paper to flip the cards. And whoever flips the cards around, they win that round. But if you don't win that round, you get a slap in the face. And so this main character, he kept on losing the game every single round. He kept on getting slapped and slapped and slapped, but he really wanted the money. So he kept going for it. So his face was red and just disgusting. And by like the 20th time, he won the round. So he won the money. And then after that, this guy in the suit gave him a card. And have you seen it? It's the circle, the triangle, and that square.
I've seen those. I thought they were PlayStation buttons.
Me too. I don't know why it's like that, but he offered that main character a card to join a different game, and that's what it is, the Squid Game. And it's like basically all the different levels, they get harder and harder and harder, and each round is basically a children's game, but it's not a children's game. You're pretty much betting your life to win a bunch of money at the end of the game. So you have like 6 rounds, and after the 6th round, if you win, you get the money. It's crazy.
But if you lose, you die, right?
Yep. You either
Okay.
die or you get the money. So yeah, I'm sure you've seen. Have you seen like the reels and the TikToks about it and the
I've
music?
seen the TikToks, yeah, which were
Oh,
slightly odd. I don't quite know why my 5-year-old nephew is so engrossed in it, given that people die horribly. He loves gory deaths, and he was watching
really?
something. Yeah, it was some Train to Busan or something, which apparently is another Korean film that's like full
Yeah.
of zombies. He loves that.
Oh, that's so famous, that zombie movie. He likes to watch that because my sisters watched it and it scared them, and
He's
they're older
5
than
years
me.
old, though. He's 5 years old, so I
You better
don't
look
quite
out
know
for him.
what's going on there. Maybe we could add a Squid Game section to Miss Earth. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down for it. But you have to watch it first to really get it. So please. Not kidding.
All right, sounds like I'm gonna have to watch it. Frida here has said, "Hi, good-looking people, guys. If you've not watched any of my my pageants, my interviews before, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I can pass them on to Phoebe. Or if you have any messages of support, whack those in too." Phoebe, now that we've talked about Squid Games, which was the main reason I got you on, was to talk about Squid Games. But let's talk about the other stuff because we probably should. Pageant history. Tell us how you got involved in the crazy world of pageantry to begin with.
I got involved very recently. So before I started this pageant, I was trained by these 2 pageant mentors, and they have this company. They run this company called Quintessential. So they're a brother-sister duo, and I got connected with them by my dad, who is friends with one of the brothers, who's friends with one of the people's brothers. And then so the brother connected the brother sister to me. Sorry, that was really confusing. And this was like over a year ago. I had coffee with them, and they pretty much were talking about the pageant and what it's like. And the sister, she's actually won a few pageants herself, and she's very well known in the Philippines. Her name is Glyza. And Glyza and Gabe, they were pretty much just talking to me about what the pageant life is like, because before that I was very unaware of what it's like. I've said this in a few other interviews, I've only watched Miss Congeniality, and that was what I pictured a pageant to be like. I'm sure other people have also pictured pageants like that, honestly. Yeah. So so they were pretty much saying to me, look, Phoebe, you want to pursue modeling, why don't you try pageantry? And I was pretty hesitant at first. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but they said, like, look, with modeling, either you take the road of casting calls and like every week of just, sending out portfolios and maybe not getting any responses back, because usually with modeling agencies, they want a certain height, a certain build, a certain look.
Exactly.
And yeah, but then they said to me, either you do that or try to get into pageantry where, it's very glam and you're in the spotlight, and, all eyes are more focused on you. And with pageantry, you never know where it's going to take you. It could take you to where you actually want, what you actually want to do, which is, commercial modeling. So I was like, okay, may as well give it a go. So they trained me for a few months. They trained me at their house, actually, how to walk and how to do the poses, the T-stand, everything under the sun. And then Miss South Australia came up, and they asked me if I'd like to do it for experience, and also because, I do care about the environment as well. And they said that they pretty much encouraged me to try and do it because they think that I'll be a good fit. And that's when I applied, and here I am. I'm still pretty stunned that I'm Miss South Australia, but I'm very blessed to be in this platform and just be here talking to you right now.
One of the things with pageantry versus modeling is you get to actually say something as well. I mean, with not so much commercial modeling, but definitely high fashion modeling, you literally are a coat hanger, and they want you to have a very neutral face. You're not allowed to smile or anything like that. In pageantry, actually, you're allowed to show your personality a bit more, and people actually care what you think. So, have you started your? Obviously done some modeling. After the pageant is over, it's a crazy couple of weeks coming up, but once that's over, are you then going to throw yourself back into the modeling, or are you going to take, a couple of months off? Because it will be December. Christmas is coming up, and Australia has been in lockdown, all this other crazy stuff. what are you going to do once this is over? The next couple crazy weeks.
I'm gonna go crazy and go out every night. You know, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But I do want to go out some nights. It's been a long time, but I do want to try get more jobs with modeling. Hopefully this will lead me to more. And I already have like a few ideas in mind as to what I want to do, as in I want to try and start my own clothing label, a sustainable clothing brand. And that's going to be a lot of hard work. And hopefully I can start after the pageant ends. That's basically what I'm focused on doing right now. I'll be back at work as well, back at work full time. But, you know, I also still want to keep the ball rolling and still keep moving. And I'm always like wondering, like, what's my next project and what's this? So at the moment, I am still focused on Miss Earth. But after this ends, I definitely want to focus on making a brand or try to get a few modeling jobs as well.
That sounds like a good plan. We just got a question here from Frida. So, Phoebe, how do you keep fit and sane with all the tight schedules of the pageant so far?
Oh, I actually answered it. You asked me this question in like way back at Miss Earth. Okay, it wasn't way back, but it felt like a long time ago with Miss Earth Australia.
Way back 2 months ago when I was a young girl.
When I was a little girl, you asked me this question on how I keep fit and that I don't like cardio. It's very true. I do not like cardio. I actually, after you said that, I tried doing some cardio. Oh my goodness. Like,
wow. I didn't say it as to make you do cardio. I hate cardio.
Because I actually don't like it that much. So I was like, all right, Phoebe, like, why don't you try again, since you tried so many times to go for a run during lockdown and, you know, try to do cardio. So that's what I did. I just can't, like, I'm like this after like 2 minutes. That's not really good, actually. My stamina is not that great, but also I love the feeling of doing weights. So how I keep fit is you've seen my setup. I have a little setup on the other side, on one side of my bedroom with like, I've got the bench and I've got, the bar and all the weights. I need to get more weights actually. But I like doing that. I try to do it every second day just to keep a bit fit, and, you know, because I eat a lot and I snack a lot. So I need to maintain that and just keep that balance. So that's how I do it.
On the subject of eating, you like to bake. So have you been able to indulge the baking since you're involved in one of the biggest pageants in the world? Because carbs generally are not your friend. So how's the baking going with pageant life?
I haven't been making that much. I haven't been baking that many goods, but I've been eating my sister's baked goods. And lately she's been baking a lot of healthy foods, which is good. Like she baked like this healthy banana bread, and she puts like choc chips, which aren't healthy, but you've got to have some chocolate in there. She actually also bakes, it's like black bean brownies. So yeah. What? I know. No, trust me, it's good.
Hey, I've been a raw foodist and a vegan, so I tried some wacky things, but a black bean brownie?
Wait, you're a vegan?
I used to be. I was a raw foodist, so it was like vegan, but you can't even cook anything. So I've tried some weird things like raw pizzas, but black bean brownie?
Did you say raw pizzas?
Well, yeah, we're okay.
That's worse than black bean brownies. What are you going on?
No, the dough has to not be cooked in an oven, so you can't make it out of a typical thing. We're not talking about eating raw flour, you know, with water. So it's made of, one of them was made of like almond meal or something. It was very weird. I made it. It was slightly fermented, so I think it was also slightly alcoholic. It tasted horrible. Guys at home, don't do raw pizzas. I mean, maybe the technology has improved. I don't know, but it was horrible. But what I'm saying is, like, I tried some really weird, which is code for horrible things, but black bean brownies?
That doesn't sound that horrible, does it?
Black bean is not sweet, though. Black bean is probably, well, what does it taste like? Does it taste like chocolate?
It tastes, because she puts, she's around here. She puts like choc chips. What else do you put? Honey. What is it? Stevia or something. Stevia. I think
sweetener. Yep, stevia. Yeah.
And like coconut sugar. So coconut sugar, that's what she puts, not stevia, coconut sugar. So that's what makes it sweet. And it's good. It's good for your like digestive system as well after dinner. Well,
I guess black beans are full of fiber. But what do the black beans What do the black beans do? Is that you make the main part of the brownie with the black beans, or?
So she actually blends it. So she puts all the ingredients together. She puts like cocoa powder and like black beans and then coconut sugar and all that, and she blends it. And so that's how she makes it, and it's really nice actually. You know what? When I meet you, I'll get her to make it, or I'll try to make it, but I'll probably get her to make it. So you can try it and see what you think.
This sounds like a vegan recipe. It sounds completely like the recipes that I would use to go through, like avocado key lime pies and these smoothies and all that sort of thing. Macadamia nut cream cheesecakes. It sounds very familiar.
Oh no, thank you, no thank you. I don't
so
like
you use it was cashews or macadamias, and you use that to make a nut cream, and then you flavor it with agave, honey, stevia, vanilla beans, and you make it's like a cheese out of it. It doesn't taste like nuts at all. It tastes like a sweet smoothie dessert. And then you put it in. Yeah, it was really good. That's why when I was a raw foodist, I didn't lose any weight because I spent all my time eating those things.
Well, Oreos are vegan, so I'm sure you ate a lot of Oreos as well. They're vegan.
Oreos aren't vegan. The middle is full of dairy, isn't it?
No, they are. Yeah, no, they are. That made me love.
Are you trying to convince me, or are you trying to convince yourself?
I'm trying to convince you, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's vegan. No, it's vegan.
No, because the middle of the Oreo is cream, so it's not vegan, isn't it? Cream?
No, it's the
Guys
Oreos
watching at home, someone Google it. Oreos, the middle is cream, which would mean it's dairy, which would mean it's not vegan. I hope it's vegetarian. I'd be worried if there's animal product in it.
Okay.
Someone let us know.
90%. I am 90% sure now that it's vegan. Okay.
Here's what's going to happen. Someone is going to comment and tell you they're not vegan, and then we're going to feel guilty because you're not going to be able to eat Oreos.
Oh,
That's what's going to happen here.
Either way, I'm still going to eat them.
Now you've done. All right. Ben has said, love her milk bread. That's something that I don't have very often. That's quite sweet. A lot of Asian bakeries, like the 98 Degree Bakery, they have all these sweet
bread 98 degrees.
Yeah, I like them. They're just not particularly, healthy. But every now and then, you got to enjoy yourself. Siska has said you should try it one day, Adrian. The black bean brownie. Well, it sounds weird enough that I would give it a go. That's the thing. When something sounds really weird, I have to give it a go. And Frida has said, "Oops." I'm going to take that about the. That's got to be about the Oreos, right? So they're not. Oh, here we go. Hang on. All right. Siska has written this. Oreos are technically vegan, but they're not whole food, plant-based, or healthy. We knew they weren't healthy. Whole food, plant-based is a healthier take on vegan. A WFPB lifestyle doesn't include processed ingredients. Okay, and it promotes adding these healthy plant-based foods to your plate. And so Siska, what's the filling of an Oreo made of then? Because I assumed it was cream. Gianna here has said, can vegans eat Oreos? Oh. So what's the cream made of, guys? That's really weird. I feel like I've learned something here. Phoebe, you're happy with yourself.
Those are my favorite cookies. So for me to know my stuff about Oreos, yes, I'm happy.
How do you take the Oreos? Are you one of those people who twist them? Do you dunk them? Are you a double stuff? Because there's other weird varieties as well.
Oh, I love the double stuff ones. What I do, it's kind of weird. I have tea and I just dip it in tea.
Oh, no.
What? I have it normally, but I dip it in tea. I don't dip it in milk.
Tea? Oh, this is one of the things. Everything is tea. The one thing have you done the Tim Tam Slam? Because every time I go to the UK, everyone wants Tim Tams. So, you got to bite off the opposite corners of the Tim Tam and you got to suck your tea or your coffee through it. I've never liked that. I've never
done that. I've never actually eaten Tim Tams like that. I just eat it. I eat it like I bite every edge and then I eat the top and then I eat the bottom.
Why?
It's a habit. It's like when I eat wafers, I eat every layer. I'm gonna stop now. Yeah, that's how I eat my food.
Have you ever eaten like a Magnum ice cream? So something that's got the hard chocolate on the outside and then the soft ice cream on the inside.
Yes. I'm actually not a fan of that cream on the inside. So I eat as much like
Oh,
I eat all the chocolate and just have a bit of the ice cream and the rest. I don't like it. I don't like the rest of the cream. Oh, is
I'm
that bad?
so
Oh, are you hating me?
confused
Are
right
you
now.
liking me less?
But no, because when I eat those Magnum, like I'll eat the chocolate on the outside. That's something that I do as well. But I don't
Yeah.
like the. Anyway, let's let's move on. That was a very weird conversation. So, Miss Earth, you had your training, and how did it feel when you were announced as a winner? Because obviously, it still wasn't quite normal because we were virtual. Because for those of you watching from overseas, we only just recently out of lockdown. I know Melbourne had the most days in lockdown out of any city in the world,
Yes.
and hopefully, we're on the other side of it now. But how did it feel when you were called out as a winner?
Yeah, it felt pretty surreal. I was pretty nervous. They asked to film all the candidates like live to see our reactions, and
Mm.
it looked like I was pretty serious. I was pretty serious on the outside. Like I looked pretty like chill and nonchalant, but on the inside I was like, mm. Yeah, I was pretty nervous because I wasn't sure of the outcome. I didn't feel as confident in myself. Because I honestly, I didn't think that I did my best when it came to the final question. So that's what I was
Right.
really, really worried about. So yeah, that was actually filmed a week before the grand coronation, which was the week after. And yeah, when I did that, when I filmed my final question,
Mm.
I think I have it in my camera roll still, the full clip. I finished it and I was like, all right, thank you. And I just paused, I just froze. I just looked down. I'm like, what did I just say? Like, what did I do? But honestly, it's a blessing that I won. Like, it's not me. Like, it's like by God's grace that I won this pageant. And I'm just trying my best to, do my best in Miss Earth as well. Whatever happens, happens. As long as I give it my all, that's all I can give.
I mean, you've spent obviously a lot of time in front of the camera now with Miss Earth because it goes on and continues. So do you
Yeah.
feel that you've gotten more comfortable answering questions? Because sometimes those questions are very difficult to answer. They can put you on the spot. You're
Yes.
live, so if you're not used to that, that's another dimension. And then you have all sorts of people watching. So do you feel with all the practice you've gotten more comfortable answering those sorts of questions?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've never done lives before until this year, until Miss Earth Australia. So before that, yeah, I've never done any lives, and I
How
always
old
get
are you?
nervous. 23.
You
I'm
haven't
not,
done a live?
yeah, honestly, I've never done live because I'm a very like, I'm quite a hermit. Like, before Miss Earth Australia, I barely posted. Like, I was very like introverted. I'm not very like
Mm.
loud on social media. You would see a sunset photo every 2 weeks or something. But now you have to really get out there and you've got to promote yourself. And it's just been a few months of really pushing myself out of my comfort zone, like doing these lives and posting regularly, putting stories. And yeah, so it's been a bit of a challenge for me doing that in that aspect because it's just I really have to get out there and yeah, like what I said before, get out of my comfort zone and really give it my all. So posting on social media and like doing lives, that's all part of it. But I feel like with Miss Earth Australia and Miss Earth now, I am more comfortable doing lives. So I'm happy about that. And even if I feel like I haven't done my best, at least I'm practicing and I'm improving with every live. So yeah.
Yeah, I read this somewhere. I think it was in the bio you sent me about your extroverted versus introverted, and how if people looked at your social now, they would assume you're extroverted. The technical definition of someone who's, well, I've seen the technical definition of introverted is someone when they spend time with people, it drains them. Where people who are extroverted, they spend time with people, it refills them. And then there's people who are like situational introverts who like they like spending time with people, but small groups and only certain people. So you must. How challenging have you found it to put yourself out there? Because if you're an introvert, then spending time around people would have been exhausting.
Well, I guess that's why it's a virtual pageant, so it is a bit different. So I am
Mm.
spending time with people, but I'm not physically there. For me, I work as a customer consultant, and so I am always around people. So after my full days, I get home and sometimes I just have to like shut my door and just be by myself because
Mm.
and like I just have to be by myself, and I can't be around people for too long. Otherwise I do get really drained. So I'm that kind of person. I'm both. After I'm around a group of people for a long time, I like to be by myself and just like relax and play music and just have my self time. But also I can't do large groups of people that well either. I love going out with small groups of people. I feel like I thrive more and I can speak more and I'm more confident. But that is also something that I do need to improve in, because being in this industry, you're always around so many people. Like with live pageants, you're going to be on a stage surrounded by like hundreds and thousands of people. So that is something that I will have to improve in for sure.
Well, I think in some ways it's a blessing that you've won the title, because now that people obviously will recognize you, there's a certain amount of recognition because you won. You go into those large networking situations and people will approach you, which, you know, when I go into a pageant situation and that happens, I'm quite comfortable. They might ask you for a photo, for example, and that's all well and good. The networking for me as sort of a more natural introvert, people watch what I do, similar to yourself probably, and they just assume, oh, you interview all these people, you must be an extrovert. And I'm like, no, I just had to force myself to do this. But networking, how do you find like giant networking events, or giant gatherings where there's all these people and you don't know anyone? Because I find those still to this day quite nerve-wracking, and I prefer to avoid those ones. Are you okay with giant networking events, or is it quite a daunting prospect?
It's pretty daunting to me, actually, especially when you don't know anyone, or if you know one person and then they go away and they start speaking to other people, like at parties. Yeah, that is actually pretty daunting, and it's hard to also. You want to be social and you want to try and get to know other people, but at the same time, you feel like you want to pull out your phone and just be tucked away in your own social media world, just so you don't look like the odd one out. So that's something that I've done many times. And that just, I think I'm just insecure about, just looking like a loner with a group of people. But I feel like it's just, you just have to get yourself out there. Like you have to push yourself, like what you said. You've got to push yourself and just try to be more social and try to get to know as many people as possible, because that's going to be good for networking, and it's always good to have connections. So I guess it is a blessing in disguise to be around a group of people, because that one person could lead you to somewhere else. So you always have to try and get connections wherever you go. Just make it as
Well, 100%. I mean, and that's part of what's expected of you as a pageant queen, as I'm sure you know as well. Like when you enter a room, you're supposed to be the gregarious one, saying hello to everyone, starting the conversation. So it's interesting. I'm just thinking now, after having interviewed, I don't know how many queens, I know it's over 200. I'm now just thinking how many of them actually would be natural introverts, because I think, similar to what you said, I think there's just an assumption that they're all extroverts. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think quite a few of them could actually be introverts, and they've just had to learn to push themselves out of that sort of out of that comfort zone. Frida here has a question for you. Now, Frida, so obviously competing virtually, so let's change the question a bit. So it says, how do you keep your confidence when you're on the same stage as the other amazing ladies with more pageant experience than yourself? So we're not competing on the same stage literally, but I guess it's a virtual stage. So how has it felt going up against, I mean, I've interviewed some. I interviewed Marissa, for example, and I think I told you, like, Marissa has had 10 years pageant experience and pageant veteran, and has planned this whole thing down to the T. She knew she wanted to finish with Miss Earth, so she's making her run at it. How has it felt competing against people like that?
It's so daunting being around such powerful, amazing ladies who have had a lot of experience. So yes, it's nerve-wracking for me, and I try not to think about it a lot, because in the end, I have to focus on my own journey and my own calling. If it's the right time for me to win Miss Earth, then I will win Miss Earth. So I think what I do is just try and stick with my game and my path, and just be myself and just be who I am naturally on camera. I don't need to try and be like anyone else who's had a lot more experience, and I don't need to talk like them or act like them or even look like them, because, I'm my own person. I'm Phoebe, and I'm Miss South Australia, and I need to radiate my own energy. So I try to focus on just myself, and I try to be myself as much as possible. Well, I am myself as much as possible. And it's always, I think also with the judges, they see your character and they can tell when, you're trying to put it on and when you're being genuine. So I think genuinity is such an important character trait to have, and I love seeing that in people, and hopefully people see that in me as well.
Rachel here has given you some claps and some blue heart emojis. Is this your sister?
Yep, that's my baker sister. That's the black bean brownie lady.
Is she right in the room with you now?
Yeah, she is.
She said, good supportive sister.
Photos, yeah.
Literally, they're sending you the blue. I just want to talk about your Indonesian heritage in a sec, but just because you got the blue background and these, I'm looking at the earrings and they look really, really nice. I do love the color. What was the favorite color that you picked? Was it purple? Blue? Purple.
Yeah.
Right. So are they purple, the earrings?
No, these are black. Oh, wait, is there a bit of purple?
Bit hard to tell.
Are they a bit purple?
You trying to see them by here?
Okay, no, they're not purple. They're mainly black. And
Rachel, help us. Can you tell us what color your sister's earrings are? Are they purple or black? Because they look slightly purple.
They're black. They're black.
They're black. Okay, all right. Thank you, Rachel.
Purple, like this one here, but no, they're
yeah,
black.
That's what I thought. They're gorgeous earrings. Where'd you get them from?
They're from Morocco. This jewelry brand called Morocco from the Netherlands. So they sponsored me, and they sent over a bunch of earrings and necklaces and bracelets, and they're beautiful. And they actually use recycled gold, silver, and platinum, and then they use Swarovski crystals as well. Yeah, it's stunning, isn't it?
It's a tough life being a pageant queen, being given sparkly, amazing accessories, but you know, someone's got to do it.
Someone has to do it. It's such a pain, isn't it?
When are you throwing Rachel in a pageant?
sorry.
I don't know what that
means. Rachel, she said never. Do you say yes? Yes.
Next year?
Yes.
Next year?
Never. You know what? Why not? Give it a go.
What?
You know what? You could try it. Give it a go.
It's like that TikTok thing. You got to be the main character of your own life. Is she just like? Is she not the person who wants to be on stage? Is she?
No, she's not the person. She's not the person that wants to be on stage. She's literally just like. No, she works in childcare actually. So yeah, that's what she does. She has her own YouTube channel called Ray of Sunshine, where she posts like videos on, little games for kids, and she reads stories and she sings songs. So she's that kind of
Squid
person.
Games, not Squid Games.
Squid Game? Huh? No.
No. Okay.
No.
I don't think I've ever. The reaction when I said, "When are you getting your sister into pageants?" and I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite have the reaction. I've talked to people on like lives and gotten them to get their mums and things into pageants, and their mums have said, "Oh, I'm never going to do it. Never." One of them actually came on air through the back door and said, "No, I'm not doing it ever." And then the next year she competed and won. So, you might think Rachel is, never going to do it, but I've just planted the seed there, and she's got to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah, give it a shot, Rachel. Sorry, I'm really close with her, so like I know what she's thinking, and I know like how she's reacting, and I know how she's going to act in like beauty pageants. But she definitely has her own strong suits. But you know what, Rachel, give it a go. Sorry, I should be really supportive in this. You should try. I'll talk to her later. I'll see.
I just wish we could turn the camera around and see her facial expression right now. Describe your sister's facial expression.
Okay, this is Charity. She's like, she has no makeup.
I can't.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm breaking my poised character right now. Let me just.
You know what? Sometimes poise is a bit overrated. I love having fun in these interviews, because if you can't have fun, like why bother? Frida here is having a good laugh at your sister's expense too. All right. So Rachel for Miss Earth Australia 2022. Here we go. You've got a good person to coach you as well. She's written laughing emojis. All right. I want to talk to you about your Indonesian heritage. And I'm going to start with the easy question. Talk to me about Indonesian cuisine, because Indonesian food is something I don't know much about. Is nasi goreng considered Indonesian?
Nasi
Or
goreng,
mie goreng?
Nasi goreng, it's actually because a lot of other countries do their own styles. So
Yeah.
like nasi goreng, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. So it's pretty broad, but we have a mean nasi goreng as well. Just put like a bunch load of soy sauce and make it really brown and nice. Oh, I love nasi goreng.
It's the ultimate comfort food. So can you tell us a bit about, let's talk about Indonesian cuisine for a bit. So what's typical Indonesian food?
Nasi kuning, which is yellow rice. Nasi uduk, which is kind of like a salad, and it has like cabbage and it has eggs. I love chendol. Chendol is like, have you seen it? It's I'm not very good at explaining again, but it's like this green. It's like it has jelly and it has like green. What is that? Sorry, my Indonesian people are probably online right now, like laughing at me because I don't know what the name is.
Green jelly?
It's like it has grass jelly, but it has like this green. It looks like worms, but it's like made out of like starch, like tapioca flour or something, and it's dyed in green. I have no idea how to explain it. I'm so sorry. But chendol is good. Nasi uduk is good. What else? I'm not very good with the names, but I know what they look like. I know this is so bad of me, but I go to, what is that place? Shalom, which is an Indonesian restaurant. There's one in Mascot, and there are a few locations actually. Yeah, and they have have their own like chicken and like with the yellow rice, and they have the veggies on the side. It's really yum. They have a lot of different kinds. What else? It's kangkung. Kangkung is like it's like spinach, and it's spicy, and it has the coconut milk. Have you tried that before?
I think I've had that one before.
Yeah, that one is one of my favorite ones. What else is there? I'm having a blank right now, but those are my favorite dishes. Yeah, Indonesian food is really good, but their desserts are probably the best. Yeah.
That's interesting, because normally with Asian foods, the part that I always find disappointing is the desserts, because I'm not a huge fan of, for example, bubble tea, or all my non-Asian friends are crazy about bubble tea, and I'm just like, no. And then like chai, because I'm Chinese desserts are normally like a red bean soup or something, and it's just like, that's not dessert. So it sounds interesting. What was the name of that restaurant you said? Was it Shalom?
Shalom, yeah, Shalom in Mascot.
I'll have to give that a go, because I love going out and experiencing different cuisines. So just like on an average day, when you're eating with the family, will you have Indonesian food? Will you have Australian food? Is it a giant mix?
Actually, we don't have that much Indonesian food. Every now and then we do have it. We did have some days ago. That's why, again, I apologize for me not remembering the names of it. But we actually mainly eat like just a whole mix of food. Like we have a lot of chicken. We love eating El Jana every Sunday. That's like a ritual for us. We have
El Jana. What's El Jana? Is that chicken?
El Jana. Wait, you're from, you would know. You're from Sydney. El Jana chicken. No.
Nope.
The green.
Never heard of it.
Right. Okay. Wow, I'm pretty shocked. But it's what is it? It's there's one in Newtown, there's one in Kogarah, but there are heaps of locations, but they have like really good charcoal chicken, and then we normally have that with just like chips and garlic sauce. We're very simple people. We love simple food, so we have that every Sunday. We have dumplings, we have pasta, we have we have soups, we have beef, everything pretty much. So we're pretty Australian.
Getting very hungry now. It sounds like, have you seen any of the Fast and Furious movies?
I have. Which one are you talking about?
You know, the end.
When they have a barbecue at the end.
All gather around the table. That's what I'm picturing your family as. And you just need like a Dominic Toretto to say, who in your family is a Dominic Toretto who says grace?
Oh, we all take turns, but mainly my dad. Dominic Toretto.
But does he look like Dominic
Yeah,
Toretto?
No. No.
The Asian version. I don't quite know where that would go. Now, Ben here has said nothing beats mee goreng instant noodles. I agree with this one 100%. I don't know why I love those things so much. I don't even know if they're authentic, but I could eat those breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know why.
You have it with eggs as well?
Yeah, fried eggs. Gabe has said Miss Earth 2021 is Australia. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Not long to go now. Now, Ben has said Sundal. Cisco said Klepon. Linz has said Matabak. I'm sorry, I'm butchering all these pronunciations.
Matabak, yeah. Oh my gosh, why didn't I remember that? That's amazing. It's like Indonesian pancake. Yeah, so it's an Indonesian pancake, and you can put your own filling. Like you can put like cheese. The most popular ones are just like cheese or like cheese and chocolate. And then I actually get mine from rosemary.
Cheese and chocolate?
Yeah. I don't like cheese, but other people like cheese and chocolate. I like Oreos and chocolate with pandan. Yeah.
Cheese and chocolate. Okay, guys, someone please explain. That sounds like an odd combination. Cisco said Shalom in mascot. Yeah, now that we can actually go outside, I'll have to actually try that. Eljana chicken, charcoal chicken, Hong Ha pork roll. That sounds really nice.
Oh, have you been to that one, Hong Ha? No, you haven't. Because it's from, well, I guess it's closer to my area. You're from a different part of Sydney.
I'm north. I'm near Chatswood.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll bring you some Eljana chicken. Oh, that's nice. I'll give you my address. You can bring it here by the time I finish the interview. Now, this one I can't. Durian. Durian. Have you had any durian?
Oh, I dislike durian very much. Yes. Have you seen, like, if you've been to like Malaysia? I've been to Malaysia, and on the actual hotel signs, no smoking, no running, no durian, no durian. Yeah, crazy.
I've seen apartment blocks that have that written into the contract. For those of you who don't know, durian is a fruit. It's probably, I don't know, Phoebe, if you agree with this, is probably the most polarizing food that I've ever seen. Some people love it, and some people says it smells like corpses. It has a very unique smell, and if you don't like it, I've seen people running away gagging, and I've seen people who just can't stop eating it. So obviously you're on the gagging side.
Yeah, it's either one or the other. Yeah, you're right. You either love it or you either hate it. For me, it smells like a massive fart bomb. Like
it does. Yeah,
the family have to eat it outside if they want to eat durian, and it still comes into the house. So you can't get away from the smell, really. You say you hate durian as well?
Well, I used to have it all the time as a raw foodist because it was very healthy for you, apparently. But have you ever had the fresh one? Because I've been told that the fresh one is completely different to what we normally have here, which is the frozen one.
I've had, I don't remember having the fresh one, so I'm actually not sure. Maybe when I was really young, when I lived in Indonesia, because you see durian everywhere in Indonesia. But I don't remember myself actually eating it. I've had durian in avocado shakes. They're actually not bad when you mix it together.
Yeah, because you can't taste it. Yeah, it's not bad because you can't taste
it. Yeah, that's true. It's not as pungent.
Yeah. All right. Rachel here said krupuk. Ben has said durian is the best. We've just turned this into a food show. I was going to say cooking show, but I shouldn't say that in pageantry, but a food show. Vilia has said inside Matabak. Don't know what that means, but okay. But Matabak is a... Is that a food or is that a restaurant?
You're talking about inside the martabak, the chocolate and cheese? Is that, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh.
And that's what she's
I still don't know about the whole chocolate and cheese combo. Durian smells like hell, but tastes like heaven. Yes, that's exactly it. Martabak durian, and Aussie has our own durian. Well, that's the one that I've had, obviously being in Australia, and you get it in Coles or Woolworths. But my understanding is that was frozen and then defrosted, and it tastes completely different to the fresh product. So I've always wanted to try the fresh product, which apparently is a lot less pungent.
Yeah, that's so funny because I was out with my friend and he was talking about frozen fruit. That's so crazy that you mentioned that because we were talking about like GMO foods and how, like, you know, we have a lot of fruits in the stores, but not all of it, you know, it's not all in season every year. And he was asking me, he's like, have you seen apples and oranges every single month throughout the year? And I'm like, yeah, like they're always at Woolies. And he's like, yeah, they're actually not always in season. What they do with the apples is that they freeze it. And then they freeze it when it's in season, and then when it's not in season, they take it out and they sell it. And it just blew my mind because I had no idea, because it tastes fresh and it, you know, it looks fine to me. But yeah,
if you've ever had an organic, like a tomato is a really good example, tomato or strawberries, and you've had organic and it's just been picked off the vine, and you eat it, it tastes so different to what you would get from a Coles or Woolworths. They're not even in the same league.
Right.
As I said, I was a raw foodist a while ago, so avocados is a huge thing. When you're a vegan or raw foodist, everything is avocados. But avocados only season during winter, but you would get them all the time during summer. The problem is it doesn't ripen the same way. So you would get something, it'd be slightly unripe, and then you'd have like one day where it was okay, and then the very next day it would have rotted because it was frozen before it was in cold storage.
Right.
So if you ever want to eat fresh, get rid of your fridge. I mean, it'd be very, very challenging. But nothing beats eating in season. We're just talking about food. I'm okay with that. I
actually have a question for you. I'm going to interview you now. I'm curious, why did you stop being a raw foodist, a vegan?
It's difficult on the social life. Understand this is probably 10 years ago, but if, like, for example, if you went out on a date with someone and you're a raw foodist, the only thing you could have pretty much was a green salad and lemon juice and olive oil dressing, because everything else is either processed. I think you couldn't have any processed food, you couldn't have any cooked food. So all meat is gone. Sashimi you could have, but you couldn't have soy sauce because that's technically processed. And it just got to the point where it's like, okay, why am I doing this? And it just got a little bit too difficult. Mind you, I still know and use some of the recipes because I like them and they're healthy. But and if I think it's a bit easier to be a vegan, not raw foodist so much, but a vegan these days. Yeah. Raw food is, the belief behind it is that if you eat something that is as close to live as possible, then it's healthier for you. So it's got more of the live bacteria in it and things like that. So it's better for digestion, better for everything, basically. Oh. But my favorite foods, for example, there's some Asian foods like Peking duck, or there's certain foods that I just couldn't have. I love fries. I'm not such a sweet tooth. But fries, like I don't, and cheese. I know you don't like cheese, but like a brie or something like that, or ice cream sometimes, and all that stuff I couldn't have. So I didn't want to just be denying myself all the time. And it's very difficult on your social life.
My goodness. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's a lot of sacrifice you put on yourself.
It is, but you know, we try things. We try crazy things. Yep. Miss Earth Australia has said hello. That's a familiar face.
Hello.
Billy has said durian filling martabak.
Martabak.
Ew. It's interesting. Because I think durian, like I've had durian lollies and things like that, and they've not tasted exactly like durian. They're a bit easier to swallow. So it might be something worth giving a go. Ben has said Australia grows their own durians at the Northern Territory. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, maybe I'll give it a go, another go. Guys, I can see a whole bunch of you watching. So if you have any questions, put them in now, or any messages of support, and I will circle back to them. Phoebe, just before we head round to the final 10 questions, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, I can't even see who's watching, but whoever's watching. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Gabby. I don't know if Gabby's watching. Hi, Johnny. I don't know if he's still watching. That's my boyfriend. And he had a comment before that you put up. Yes. Hi, everyone who's watching. Gabe, Glyza, Delia. I love you all. Hello. Kojak. That's it.
Okay. That was short and sweet. All right. So, guys, put your questions in now. I will circle back to them once I've run Phoebe through the final 10 questions. All right, Phoebe, random questions. There's no right or wrong answer. It's not a speed round, but if you want to answer them as quickly as you can, be my guest. Here we go. Question the first. What is your favorite word?
Ooh. Precarious. I don't know. I sound smart when I say it. I know it sounds really silly, but I learned it from like a TV show and I was like, Precarious. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna say that one time. If someone's asking me if something looks good, I'm like, it's gonna look a little precarious. And it's gonna blow their minds. I thought it's probably not a big word, but it sounds like a big word to me. So I just learned it this year. Yep, that's my favorite word, precarious. Precarious, for those of you who are watching, it means that something is looking like it's going to fall down.
You millennials and you Gen Zs, every word you use only has one syllable. So yes, precarious is a very long word. I can understand that. I've never had that answer before, but we'll go with that. Question 2, what is your least favorite word?
My least favorite. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't say that on camera. But no, I don't really have a least favorite word. No,
How do you feel about moist? That's the most common one.
Moist? No, okay. It reminds me of food. It reminds me of cake. So moist, like, oh, cake. Like, where is it? No, that doesn't really.
See, that's the one thing that I've always not understood is people who say they hate the word moist. Well, then how do you describe a chocolate cake? Yeah, because you can't say it's damp. You can't say it's wet, so unless you undercooked it grossly. So moist, like a moist chocolate cake. But it's by far the most common answer is moist. So
no, I think some people like to follow the crowd and they're like, oh, moist, it's a gross answer. Yeah, it's a gross answer. No, it's not. Like, it's the word moist. No, it sounds fine to me. Moist.
Okay.
Moist. Now it sounds weird because I'm saying it so many times. Yeah.
Yes, you are. So like half the people have turned off now because you've just like they're all gay. I've had people literally who can't say the word. They have a genuine physical reaction to the word moist. It's quite hilarious. Question 3, in life, what gets you excited? What turns you on?
What gets me excited? I love surprises. So any surprise just gets me excited, or being able to travel gets me really excited. I'm always like, yeah, I can't wait to travel. It's been so long and I wanted to travel this year, but obviously we couldn't. So I'd love to travel next year, even if it's interstate, or if I want to go to the Hayman Islands up there in Australia. I really want to go there, but traveling gets me really excited because I'm always planning out first. What are you going to do? Like, let me make an Excel. Like, what am I going to wear? Like, I'm always,
Hang on. We're back up. When you go on holiday, you bring out the Excel and you start what Excel? Like as in Microsoft Excel?
As in like your Microsoft Excel, like the spreadsheet or like Google Sheets. We're like, oh, okay, what are we going to do this day? Where are we going to go this day? I know. Yeah.
You obviously are very, very planned and very structured. Like when I think I'm going on a holiday, I want to get away from computers as much as I can. You bring out the Excel. That's different.
I do. I like having my options like laid out to me. And if this doesn't work, well, then we can go here. If this doesn't work, we can go here. So yes, I need my options.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so that's question 3. What turns you off? Question 4 is what turns you. No, question 3 is what turns you on. Question 4, what turns you off?
A few things actually. Very. I can see everything in your mouth, and I can hear like the. Oh, that's a pet peeve of mine. What turns me off? Also, rude people, like disrespectful people, especially like in hospitality and in the retail industry, because I've worked in both. Whenever I see rude people, it's so hard to be nice back. Like you have to be kind with everyone, but because I understand, I've been in the retail and hospitality, like, we're trying our best, we're doing the best that we can. And then if someone's rude and just doesn't accept it, they bring out their superiority and they think that they're like, more elite than us. It just gets me really riled up. And it's sometimes the customer isn't always right, but you just have to like, you just have to smile and you have to act it out. But that's something that really turns me off, just rude and disrespectful people, full stop. I know it's a very simple answer, but it's my answer.
Yeah, no, I get it. I was watching a dating coach on TikTok, and he was saying, if for the girls, if you ever want to know how a guy will treat you, watch how he treats the wait staff, because if he's rude to them, that's a really, really big giant red flag. And I think it's absolutely true, because with you guys in retail or hospitality, it's rarely your fault. So the food, for example, hasn't come out yet. It's not the waitress's fault. It's some miscommunication in the kitchen. So there's no point yelling at the poor waitress. Like,
exactly. 100%.
Anyway, I don't see the point of being rude at all. Question 5. What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love? I don't love it. Actually, no, I do love it because it's something that me and my boyfriend do. Have you watched Minions?
No, but I know what they are, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They make like this sound. They're like beeto, beeto. So when I wow, I'm so weird right now. They go in, they're like pito, pito. And so it was one of the scenes where there was like a fire or something, and these minions run through the wall. They literally crash the wall, and then they have like you know the ambulance siren? They have that one of the minions have like an ambulance siren, and they're like pito, pito. And then another minion goes behind, and they're like, the other minion's like aiuto. And aiuto is Italian for like warning or something. And my boyfriend's Italian, so he told me that. And we found that scene so hilarious that sometimes when we like walk into a room, we see each other, we're like, pito, pito. And I love that sound. Yeah, that's my answer.
There's going to be a lot from this interview I can just clip and put onto TikTok or Instagram Reels without any context whatsoever. It would just be hilarious. Beat or beat, all right. Okay, I can't say I've ever been given that answer. All right. Question 6. What sound or noise do you hate?
My alarm. The sound of my alarms. Oof. I woke up at 6:30 today, and the extra 5 minutes really does like wonders. So 6:30, and I was like, oh, I really can't wake up. So I literally made a new 5, and because I was so slow, it took me 2 minutes. So I was already 6:32. So I was like, okay, change it to 6:37. So the extra 5 minutes of time is it's just so priceless. My alarm clock, it's the worst sound in the world. That means that I have to try get up and roll out of bed. Sometimes, because I'm not a morning person, so sometimes I actually literally like I fall out of bed so I can wake up, or sometimes just like I sprinkle myself with water.
What, you throw yourself out of bed to wake up?
Yeah, I do that. I roll myself out of bed, so I'm like, all right, I can't get back on the bed. Like, let me just get up and make breakfast. Yeah.
Not only do you sound like a minion, you sound like you would look like one as well. If you're just in bed and then suddenly throw yourself out onto the floor. I can't get that sound out of my head now. That beat, this is playing again.
I know. I think maybe I'm too comfortable with this interview, but those are my honest answers. So.
Oh dear, it's just an earworm. I've got that ambulance siren and minion like in my head. I don't know why. I've never even watched the movie, but for some reason it's just worked its way into my brain. Question 7. If you could have any one superpower, what would you pick and why?
Any one superpower? Oh. Before, when I was younger, my one superpower was that what I wanted is that I could think of a food and it'll appear right in front of me. But that's going to make me really obese. So my other superpower is to teleport. Just to teleport. If you want to go travel, you're saving a lot of money. Just teleport and you're going to be in Ibiza or Italy or Europe. But that's my superpower for sure. That's like one of the best ones, like teleportation. Come on. Who wouldn't pick that?
The very first pageant interview I did, her answer was to be able to eat anything without putting on weight.
Ah, I see. But then you won't enjoy it as much, right? The food, like you want to, I don't know. I thought about that as well, actually. I don't know, because like you're eating so much and you're like, it's not as enjoyable because I'm just eating. I guess it depends how much you eat as well. But yeah.
I would be happy to give it a go. I could live off pasta for the rest of my life and rice, fried rice, all that stuff, and not have to worry about putting on weight.
That's a good one.
That would be good. Okay. Question 8. What job or occupation other than your own would you most like to attempt?
Oh, I once applied to be a sleep tester for a company. So that's a thing. Like you test beds and you test not pillows. Yeah, you test like beds and stuff. So it was actually on Facebook like a couple years ago. You could a professional sleeper. I had that in my bio like a few years ago on Instagram. Professional sleeper. I would love to do that. That's obviously not really a realistic like job to have. that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. But I'd love to be a professional sleeper.
I now have this image of you lying in bed with that beador sound going, and then your alarm clock going off, and you throwing yourself off the mattress to wake yourself up.
That's me for you.
Yeah, that's Phoebe in a nutshell, or a nutcase. Okay, question 9. What job would you definitely not like to attempt?
What job? Probably to work at a butcher or like a cheese factory or a cheese shop. Anything to do with like cheese, I would not want to touch. I would not want to go there. I feel like I'll get really sick. But that's a job.
I can hear Rachel laughing in the background.
Oh, she's laughing about your nutcase comment.
Oh no, that's something I say all the time. It's like in a nutshell, or a nutcase. I use it to describe myself very, very often. So you're not a cheese person then at all?
I'm really not. I tried eating cheese, and actually when I was younger, if I got in trouble, I didn't eat my lunch. I had to eat like a cheese sandwich, and I went like a way to like cover my nose and just eat it and go. I wouldn't try and taste it. I would just, and then water. That was actually torture for me. I'd rather be I don't know, a garbage truck driver or something instead of dealing with cheese. I really don't like it. I know it sounds really bad. Well, I'm dating an Italian, so I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, so when they ask you, do you want Parmesan cheese on that? You're like, no, don't ruin my food.
Nope.
It's such an Asian parent thing, punishing your child by making them eat a cheese.
Yeah.
It's just, oh dear. Okay. All right, final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Ooh. My gosh, that is a hard question. What would I like God to say to me as I arrive?
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you think? So what'd you think? And I'll just be like, I don't know. I'll probably ask why I died that way. I don't know how I'm gonna die, but that's a question that I want him to ask me. What did you think of life?
I hope you don't know how you're going to die. That's probably something that you don't want to know.
That's something that I don't want to know. Hopefully I die in my sleep like The Notebook. Obviously that's a very unrealistic movie where they hold hands and they die together? Something like that. I'd love to die.
I've not seen The Notebook. Is that rom-com?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. It was a waste of my time. But not a fan of those romantic movies. But yeah, I think that's how they died. Yeah, that would be scary to know how you died. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all.
Well, here's a random question. If I could tell you the exact day that you were going to die, would you want to know?
No, I wouldn't want to know. But I'd like you to... No, actually, no, I wouldn't want... No. I would love to know if I could tell in your face if it's going to be like sooner or later. But yeah, it depends on how you're going to say it as well. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to know at all. No, I'll just try and live my life every day.
I don't have any superpowers. I can't actually tell you, so you don't actually have to think too hard about the question.
So hard on that.
You're taking it very seriously. Okay, we'll go through the final questions and then we'll wrap up. So, not really a question, but Gianni has said, hi, we sent a bunch of emojis. Siska has said, we love you. Adrian, what is your best advice for Phoebe as someone who is fairly new to pageantry? Do you want my advice, Phoebe? You seem to have done
your advice.
Well. I will give Phoebe advice after we get off the live. But one thing I would say, and this does apply to Phoebe's case, sometimes early success can be, people who have success early on can actually find that quite challenging. I don't know if you follow tennis, but for example, the British girl who just won the US Open, she's only 18, and she never really won a match. And then she went to one of the biggest tournaments in the world and won. It's never been done before as an 18-year-old qualifier. So sometimes having success early on might not be the blessing that you think it is. So you just have to stay really, really grounded, if that helps. I mean, you sound grounded to me. I mean, we're talking about Minions, and I still have that sound in my head. So
I told you, it just gets stuck there.
I don't even know why I've not seen the movie, but Siska, that would be my advice. For those of you who have success, you're blessed enough to have early success, just be careful of that. Frida, Phoebe, now that you are a public figure, how do you maintain your privacy, and did you ever have to deal with negativity?
How do I maintain my privacy? Well, you get to choose what you want to post on social media. That's how I maintain my privacy, of course. And like, it's good. Like, I'm in control of what I want to post and what I want to put up to the world. So I consider myself still a private person, even though like I'm more frequent with my posting. And how do I deal with negativity? I just don't respond to it really. Like, it's just for someone to, you know, make time out of their day to say a rude comment or DM me a message. It's just, they obviously have things that they need to deal with, and I know who I am, and I'm happy with who I am. So there's no point in, you know, feeding that negativity and replying back. You just have to have your focus like straight on board. So yeah, that's how I deal with negativity.
100%. All right, I'll let you go through the comments in your own time, Phoebe. There's a lot of people just sending supportive messages. I will bring this one up. Julieta has said, "Hello, Phoebe. You're so beautiful."
Oh, thank you, Tita Julieta. She's the national director for Miss Earth Australia.
No, that's why I brought. That's why I brought.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
her,
sorry. I was like, oh, okay. Oh,
no, sometimes I don't know, but it's like, yeah, I know.
No, you knew. You were a judge. Sorry, just wanted to double check. Hi, Tita.
I'm open for more judging duties. If anyone watching this wants to, anyway. And your sister has written, I'm going to say this exactly as she spelt it. I opened the door for you, Gaga ha.
What did you just say?
I opened the door for you, Gaga.
It's meant to be ha ha ha.
I know, but she's written you, Gaga ha.
She opened the door for me sometimes when I want to wake up. If she wakes up first, she opens the door. That's what she's trying to say. So if I can't wake up, like she hears my alarm, or like she just opens the door just to make sure that I'm awake, that I wake up.
Oh, okay. Rachel, we need to have a word about your spelling. You gaga ha. Is that how she actually laughs? Does Rachel laugh by saying you gaga ha?
Some people are just different.
Well, she's going to do well on the pageant stage then. She definitely will be different. Okay, let's wrap it up. Final question. Anna has asked, Mary asks, if you were a Disney princess, which one are you, or which one would you be?
Oh, people say that I'm Pocahontas only because I have like long hair and like I have tan skin. My favorite princess is Princess Ariel because I've just always been in love with her since I was little. She's so cute. But Disney princess does Queen Elsa count? She's a queen, but does she? I don't know if she counts as one.
I've never watched Frozen.
Ah, okay. Well, I really like Queen Elsa. She's not a princess; she's a queen. And
let's go with that.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Let's go with that. All right. Well, Phoebe, it's been fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really had fun too. Thank you for your time.
Anytime. Probably more fun than it's supposed to be, but that's what happens when you get us Australians into the pageant world. As I said, I'll keep you on the line for just a second whilst I hang out with the audience. Thanks to everyone for watching, whether it's live or on the replay, and we will speak to you next time. Yay. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Pageant Sorority Access opens up on Monday, the 1st of November. To get early access, head to thepageantsorority.com and enter your email address. Hope to see you there, and see you next time.